So let's create the first controller, which is the category controller, PHP artisan make controller category controller, or let's create all the controllers now and later we add functions. So the first one is the category controller, and next one let's add the commands. And we have the posts. And next we have the tag. And that's all for now. If we need something else, we will add it later. Now let's move to the first one that we have created, which is the category controller. So let's do that now. So the first controller, where is it? So this one. So we need to get all the categories to display them in the home page. So let's add index function, and here we will only return all the categories using the model, but we need only the categories that has posts. So if a category doesn't have a post, so we don't need to display or to guess category, and we get everything. So now we have the categories. Let's move to the next one. Next controller. What is the next controller? Where is it? So let's close this folder. Let's move to controllers. Let's add, or let's move to the commands controller. And here what we will do, so we need to get the post commands. So let's add first function, which is get post commands. And as the name says, we will get the commands of a given post. So here we get post ID, and we can use, or we can define here variable commands and use the commands model to get also, and we can also add the user. So we need the user who add the commands, and next we get the commands where the post ID is equal to the post, or to the given post ID. And finally we get the latest first, and we call the get method. Now we have the commands. So since we will use Vue.js to display the commands, we need to return a response JSON, and JSON response will have the commands. So next, what we need to add function to store the command. So let's add it. So here we have the request and the request, and let's define here variable commands and call the commands model and create method, and let's give it the fields. So we have the user ID, and we can use the user ID, we can use the request to guess the user ID request, or we can use the requests like this and give it the user ID. And what else we need? Let's copy and paste. So we need the post ID. Also we will get it using the post for the request, not the post. And also we need the body of the commands. We can get it also using the request. And once done, we will send, or we will return a response or JSON response with commands that has been added. And we need also to load the user with the user who added commands. And that's all for this that's all for this controller. Let's move to the next one, which is the post controller. And here we need, first thing we need to do is to get all, so let's move to the, we need to get all the posts, so let's do that now. So the first function is the index, and here we need to get all the posts, and all the posts we don't need here to get the, so here we need to get the latest first and call the get method. So the next one will be posts by category. So posts by category, and here we will get the category, and we will use the category, and here we don't return only the, I forgot that here we are returning view, and view will create it later, which is the home, and we send the posts, and we give it the post. So sorry for this mistake. So we return the view with the, which is the home that we will create later, and we give it all the posts. And here we get the category, and we use the relationship. So let's use the relationship to get the posts of the given category. So let's use here posts, and we used paginates. Let's give it 10, so we will display 10 per page, and let's use the same thing. Let's use the same thing here. Let's use paginate instead of get. So here, so paginate and 10. Now, as I said, we get the category, and we use the relationship to get the posts of the given category. Next, we need posts by tags. So let's do that now. Posts by tag, and we will use the same thing. We get the tag, and don't forget to import the models. So here the tag and category, and here we have tag, and we use the relationship to get the posts of the given tag. So next we need to search by, or to search for our posts. Let's change it, posts by term. So posts by term means that's the term that the user has inside search field. So you will get the posts with the given term. So here we will use the request, and let's define here the request. And once done, let's define here a variable, which is posts, and we will use the post model, and we look for the title en, like the given term that we can get. So we can use the percentage here to define that we need the word to start or end with the given search term that we will get from the form. And also here we need to end with the percentage. And what else we need? First one, this one is where the title en, like the request search term, or where, and here we need also the title fr. So if the user has searched with the title in English or in French, so we will use the same thing, and once done we get the latest first, and we call get method. And once we have the and once we have the posts, so we will, because we will use Vue.js when we search for posts, so we will return a response JSON, and here we send the posts that we have found. So that's all for this function. Let's move to the final one. So the final one is, we can, or let's do something else. We can use this controller just for the posts, and we can add another one. Let's add another one and call it setting controller. And inside this controller, let's move there. So here inside setting, let's add function. This one will change the language of our blog. So here let's name it toggle language, or lang, just lang. And here we will receive the lang that we want to use. And once we have the lang, we will use the session to put new lang. So we will put k and give it the new lang chosen by the user. And once done, we will return or direct the user back. So once the user changed language, we will get it here. So if it is French or English or any language you have chosen, and once done, we used session and we called put method, and we give it the k and value. And also we need to add something else here, which is if the user has chosen a previous language, we need to clear the session. So to do that, we can call the forget method, and we give it the k, which is the length. So it will forget the k. So what is the problem here? So why it's showing error in red? So I think that's just a problem with the packages, but I think it's okay. It's working. It will work as expected. This is the correct code. So now that we have done with settings, so if we have anything wrong, we will fix it later. I don't think that something is wrong. So this is the section we called forget, and we give it the k, and here we put the new lang, and we return a direct back. So this is it's correctly done. So next, let's move to the tags controller, and here we will have the same thing as the categories. So everything will be the same. The only thing is we change the model name from category to tag, and we get a tag that has posts. So now we are done with controllers. What left here? So we need to add the routes. So the first thing we need to do is to add the web routes, and later we will add the API routes. So let's do that now.